Guys, there's a big problem with quick play in Overwatch right now, and I know I'm not the only person that knows this. I think it's pretty common knowledge right now that quick play has become a bit of a cesspool over the last month or so. It's never been the best place to go and play the game because people want to play less of the meta and practice heroes or play whatever they want to, and that's totally fine. That's what quick play is for, but it's getting to the point where you can't really play a proper game of Overwatch if you're playing in quick play. You have to go to competitive for that. And the problem with that is, I don't always want to play super competitively. In fact, I finally hit my season and career high around 2800 or so. I'm not that great at Overwatch, okay? I'm probably like the definition of average in this game. But I got to that rank and that season high. I don't want to play any more competitive, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go play a bit of quick play for now because I need a little bit of a break. I'm on a hot streak. Don't want to ruin that or anything. You go into it, and then you get things like all DPS, no heroes, and a Junkrat, or something like that. And you go through hours and hours and hours and hours of people not playing any sort of healers or support characters. And again, I know that everyone's aware of this. It's a running gag in the Overwatch community. If you saw that music video about playing Mercy that uploaded a few days ago, you know all about this, right? But it is like a real problem outside of competitive because nobody wants to play any of these support heroes because maybe they're just a little bit less fun, or they want to finally focus on being DPS, because in competitive you get 2 DPS characters, and if anyone else chooses one, you're going to be yelled at for not playing the meta. So when you go into quick play, you inherently want to play different characters than normal, and I'm guilty of this too. I'm not going to say that I'm always playing support and healers in quick play, because that's not true at all. I like to practice other heroes that I don't play often, like say Diva or Widowmaker or whatever, right? But the problem is that everyone is taking this mindset now, and you're getting into these games that become super boring because there's no healing going on or anything, so people just kind of end up in like 2v2 fights over the objective consistently, then they die, it's replaced by another 2v2, etc. It also gets to the point where if you play anything other than a healer, if you want to play Widowmaker or anything like I have been over the last few days, you get yelled at for playing Widowmaker, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm playing quick play here, and I'm trying to just kind of practice my Widowmaking skills for the one event that I'm ever going to need to use during competitive, and I just want something different. And that's totally fine. Everyone does that too. Everyone wants to play those heroes they don't normally play just for funsies and everything, but we need to have that competitive spirit still, and people are just getting way too salty and not adhering to any of the meta in quick play, and I think the competitive season is a big driving force for that. The competitive meta in Overwatch is due for a big shift because it's been a long time where there are certain heroes like Widowmaker that are just never played in competitive. You hardly ever see any Bastions beyond, say, rank 2400 or so, and if you do, it's for a very specific circumstance. And because of that, when people don't get to play these heroes and they go back to quick play, they're like, well, I never get to play Widowmaker, I never get to play Hanzo, I never get to play these heroes because they're not currently in the meta. So it's about time that we get a big change up, a big shift up, because it's getting to the point where when you go into quick play, all you're seeing are these currently suboptimal heroes and people playing the DPS characters that are never played in competitive mode because they never get the chance to, or if they try to in competitive, then they get yelled at. And that really sucks, because I really believe that there is a place for every single hero in the right circumstance, but as of right now, the way the game is set up with the competitive mindset, people are just not playing certain heroes, or they're getting yelled at if they play specific heroes, and really it should never be in a situation like that. I understand how metas work and everything. There are going to be certain heroes that become better or worse over time, things that change with every single patch and everything. They want to switch it up and keep it fresh, but it's been a while since we've had a really big shakeup. Like, when was the last time that Ana wasn't viable? She's always been viable, even with the upcoming nerf. She's still going to be extremely viable, and I say that as someone who plays a lot of Ana. Same with Soldier 76 and McCree. It's going to be a long time, and it's going to take a lot of nerfing or buffing before people want Widowmaker over them. So for the foreseeable future, when you go into quick play, you're going to be seeing Widowmakers, Hanzos, and Anas all on the same team, because people want to play those heroes that they normally get chastised for playing, over in competitive. So I don't know what the solution to this is. Is it to make another mode like competitive that doesn't have a ranking system so people can just kind of like adhere to the meta? Like a mode that specifically says, hey, you gotta have 2 healers, you gotta have 2 DPS and 2 tanks, or 3 tanks, or whatever the meta is at that point. I know that's extremely hard to do. I'm not saying that's a good idea, but it's about the only thing that I can think of to avoid the problem with quick play right now, because when you don't have a healer, when you don't have any tanks, it makes the game not fun to play, because if the other team is doing anything to do with healing or tanks at all, then you're at a huge disadvantage. So what is the solution to this? I'm asking you guys directly. If you have any idea, then let me know. I would love to hear about it in the comments. If you want to get involved beyond that, obviously go join my Discord server. I would really appreciate that. I also got a Patreon that I've set up right now, so if you want to go and support my channel, I would really love that. Links to all that stuff in the description. I am PattyJack, and I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.